So, hi everyone. So, my name's Claire, not Crystal, and this channel is about healing healing and I'm not starting again because I can't be arsed. We're about empowering your inner divine feminine, divine masculine within you and within a twin flame connection, whatever is going on there, because there's always something going on. Right, so even if it's just energy wise, but for a lot of people at this time on the planet, it's more than that, as you will know if you're in it. But you can let us know, or like I always say, don't let anyone know. I wouldn't. Right, so right, I'm going to use these dragon cards because there's so much and there's so much energy coming through about dragons and everything. So like when I done that one yesterday, I was, pulled the whatever it was, the rainbow bridge, and it was the rainbow light codes that were coming in. Basically, right, I'm going to transcribe it because this is what a friend of mine that does similar ones said to me about astrology, and my eyes are also being pulled into the word Lemurian there too, so that's coming in. It's yeah, it was one said to me, it's like, I really help bring all this down to earth, whether it is astrology or all this kind of fifth dimension, 12th dimension, 12D strand, whatever. Because again, all that's real, right? It is real. And it's quite funny because I know when I was channeling the video yesterday, there was quite a few times where I nearly said something about 5D or the fifth dimension, but it actually makes me cringe, right? Because the way that I've always had this information come through is it just floods in and I just share it, and I'm not really too bothered about telling you where it's coming from, as long as it's not coming from demons, guys. That's all I'm bothered about. And I do everything. Don't be fooled by my joker humorous side. I do everything in my power before I press record on anything that I do share on here or anywhere, but it's just here that I do it now. To prevent that, it's like the energies that I'm channeling are higher vibrational energies, and but it's just the thing that might be changing a little bit is that, yeah, like what's already happened, I might actually be saying, oh, it's Lemurian energies I'm feeling, or Sirius or Arcturus. It was Arcturian energy and rainbow light codes that I felt. And what was quite interesting there was when Nix had said she'd saw something about a love wave or something. When I put that in to the search, it was funny. It was like something had come up about a love wave and rainbow codes, and I thought, well, how crazy is that when I've just well, I'd said about the rainbow energy because that card came out, and like I said, that's the frequency that I carry, one of the frequencies. And but also in the shorts for today, I had channeled that it was big love, big love, which is a fucking love wave, whatever you want. So it's just really quite interesting. It's the different ways that this information comes into different people. But what excites me is when there's something in it. And like today, I'm not long finished a beautiful soul fam client session, so she might watch this at some point, so you know who you are. And like I said, I just feel like I've been sitting in the higher dimensions, having a lovely time with one of you guys. So it's like I just left her saying my heart is full. So and I'm drinking my tea because obviously when I've been channeling, it's good for my voice. But anyway, that's why I'm using the dragon cards. Don't know why it took me 4 minutes to fucking say that, but let's see. So, and I actually had channeled the divine feminine written message, which is also divine masculine's feelings, regardless of your gender. All he is, whatever one you feel more leaning towards, because we've got both within us. So I've already channeled that and I've saved it on my phone, and I've not channeled the divine masculine message yet because, again, I realised it was because whatever I'd done in that session was going to be to share on here. So now I see, this is why it's like I'm a textbook person of everything happens for a reason, and I just looked at 441, 144 backwards. So I'm just calling it now. I just want to make sure I put it back in the deck. Yeah, okay, so they want me to use these cards too. So sorry if you can't hear me when I do that. That's annoying. But this is a very specific fairy deck, and it's got things about specific things about children in it actually. So that might be the inner child healing thing coming up, but we'll just see. But yeah, I had channeled when I was doing the clearing before I went on to do the the cards, and then we and just the rest of the session. But a lot of the time, those of you that do a session with me, you'll know it might seem like we're just sitting having a wee chat, but I'm always clearing your energy, and through the conversations that we have, and it's afterwards epiphanies unlock, and so that's why it's right. So this flew out. So before I shuffle and any more come out, but basically what I channeled in her activation before we done the cards was I'd said something about being a higher heart activation, and then I realised I was that's no, that's what I'd said, right, without the cards. And then when I shuffled these cards, I pulled out the one that was about having a heart activation. And although I hadn't channeled the divine masculine written message, I'd pulled the cards and it was that same card. So you see what I mean? It was like they wanted me to have a session helping someone in that energy so that I could then add more to whatever I'm going to write, because I haven't written it yet. So I'm just saying, in case that card comes out, there's huge heart chakra activations going on, which is obviously going to be linked to these huge waves of love coming in, which is quite funny astrology wise too. Is like Libra is love and partnership. It is the house of long-term relationships and marriage. Like I've said before, it is also not coincidentally the house where your karmic anything can lie. Karmic anything, like karmic, not just karmic lovers, karmic friends, karmic family, anybody in your life that is there to teach you tough lessons. And a lot of the time, I kind of see it as a lot of the time these people can be standing in the way of whoever your true twin flame is. So, not always, but I have seen it in a lot of people's charts. Right, I'm going to stop drinking the tea because that's annoying. So what we've got coming out here, and I didn't say whether it's divine feminine or divine masculine, because I just want to kind of do the Halloween cards and the light worker today, just because I've been sitting with that client session quite a while. I've already done my bath, so I don't want it to go cold, but because it's fucking freezing here, we're officially in fucking, never mind autumn, it feels like fucking winter. Black Dragon cocoons you so that your divine potential grows. Meditate, reflect, undergo a metamorphosis. Yeah, so again, this is what many people are in. And what I'm just being drawn, the fact that it's called Black Dragon, I really do feel this is about people in a dark night of the soul. Hey, that's kind of cool in a way. But look, that's the wee rose quartz tree, but it's like it wasn't in the shot, so it was creating a shadow. I'm kind of liking it. I think for this one, we'll just kind of leave it as the shadow. But yeah, so I feel me going about shadow, there's something about a lot of shadow work here going on, but I needing to turn inwards. Right, now I'm going to shuffle these in, see if the same, because there was 4 of these cards came out for divine feminine and 4 came out for divine masculine, if I'm remembering right. And by the time you see this, that post will already be up, so you can see what I mean. But like I said, I'm using these cards because I've been getting just a lot of personal downloads and insights about things to do with dragons and everything, which is, like I said, I'm not going to lie, it's the kind of stuff that it's like, I channel this in personal sessions, and it's like, it's like, not all the time, but when it comes through, but yeah, for whatever reason, it's going to really speak to a lot of you, so... and yeah, so basically I've had confirmation left, right and centre. Like what I'm saying is, because I've been in that session all day, I've not had time to scroll my timeline or anything. But I bet you when I do settle down in my bed and have a look, I bet you anything I'm going to be getting flooded with seeing things that are people bringing through the same stuff as me. So there's just a lot of shit going on, guys. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit going on. Exciting shit. So give us a card for the collective of divine feminines, and let's see if any of the same ones come out from the written post. And I'm probably not going to remember unless it's that heart one, because I've done them earlier. Divine feminine, crystal yellow dragon opens you to higher learning and wisdom. Expand your crown chakra for illumination. Walk the higher spiritual path. I'm laughing because it just sounds so dramatic. I'm not gonna lie, I fucking love these cards though, but and I've had them for ages too. I only get drawn to them at specific points. That's basically what I'm saying. But this is what I was saying. That it's like that I was saying about. I'm sure in that one that I done yesterday, I was talking about the crown. And like I said, with twin flame unions in particular, it's where there's been a lot of, if it's been a lot of in your dynamic, if it's been a lot of just kind of like really like section. I was going to say lust, but I don't like saying lust because then it makes it sound like it's karmic. But like if it's just been, yeah, basically the initial thing has been all about attraction and sexual attraction, all that, which is absolutely there with your twin flame. Again, like I said, when I catch some folk saying that anyone can be your twin flame in that, like I don't know, it just feels to me like they actually don't know what they're talking about because it's a fucking sexual union. So how can anybody be your twin flame? It can't, you know. Anyway, don't get me started on that shit. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not all about the sex, but it does lead, like, that is a huge, massive part of it. The alchemizing of the energies. Anyway, but what I'm trying to say is, once it's like the energy has risen through so I'm just listening to what I'm bringing this through as I'm saying it. Once the energy has risen from the lower chakras, so, you know, which is all about the sexual pool and everything, and you've pulled it up through your solar plexus, you know, your control panel of the chakras, your power, your personal power, then you pull it up to the heart and the higher heart and the third eye and the crown and the soul star chakra. You know what I mean? It's like once, where I just got drawn a synchronicity there. Like once you're drawing up that love that you're feeling, the kundalini sexual pull to your twin, as you start to push it up to the higher chakras, that is when it'll be, that's when divine masculines in particular have a stronger awareness of what this really is. And it's just too oh, it's happening again. I was saying to who was doing the session with earlier, I was like, the way I can describe it is it's like, I mean, I know I've got ADHD, right? But I've got inattentive ADHD, so I'm more like sloth mode. But it's like I'm getting so excited and then I can't get the words out and I'm trying to fucking get the words out. But that's what this energy is like. It's like you need to learn to ground it. And obviously I've been doing this for years and I've been living in this higher energy for absolute ages. But it's like whatever these new light codes coming in are even more high vibe, which is why again I think I'm going to be having to use terms like fifth dimensional and higher. You know, it's like because I'm here to help people get used to these energies. But I was laughing with in that session there because it's look, expand your crown chakra for illumination. Like whatever's going on, it's big. And remember, this is the divine feminine's card. Like I'm saying, like I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. And sorry, I just don't know how else to fucking describe it. So let's put that one back. And sorry, not sorry, but there's just a lot of big stuff going on. And that's what I was saying. So when I was describing that on the session, it's like it feels like the heart activations that are going on for divine masculine in particular, whether you're a man, woman, whatever you identify as, they're really full on. So again, I'm keeping anonymous, but I'm sure she wouldn't mind me saying that when I was talking about heart activations and all that, she was describing feeling heat on her heart area and stuff like that. Actually, it was during the session as I was saying it, but she said she'd been feeling that anyway. So, you know, you might be feeling the same. So it just basically it fitted with what she'd been experiencing. So, and because I don't do live sessions with people very often, like I'd said to her, it felt special that that was happening today when I'd brought through that powerful message. So, yeah, like I said, take advantage of that. Those 30-minute Zooms that I've got on just now while I've got them, because I won't keep them there forever. It's just while I'm taking a wee bit of a break from the lives just now. I've got those sessions on. So right, anyway, what have we got for the divine masculines then? Let's see if that heart activation one comes out again. That'll be pretty nuts, but it'll be whatever it's meant to be. So basically what I'm saying is it's too big to put into words. It's too big to put into words for the epiphanies and the light bulb moments and what's happening if this is for you. Fire and water dragon. Well, first of all, it's a Sag moon. That's a fire sign. Enables your life to flow with loving force. Prepare for... Oh, yeah, look. Oh, my God. That one did come out a few days ago, didn't it? Prepare for change and move forward quickly. Expect the unexpected. Have fun. This is the energy of when I've said that I feel we're now in that time frame of, and I'm not going to put an actual time on it, but I feel we're closer, or I feel we're in the energy of when I was saying months ago yeah, months ago, but also like a year and years ago, that the divine masculines are you're just gonna have a sudden. I was saying it to my client there too. I don't like calling a client, but soul sister, soul fam, whatever. It's just going to be a sudden knowing, like, it's time for I've got to go. It's time for change. I've got to go. I'm moving forward quickly. Expect the unexpected. Have fun. It's following the fun, whatever that means to you. It's like I always used to, I say a lot when I'm helping people with their business and that. An affirmation I like to use is I get paid to play. Like, that's how it should be in the new earth. Like, if you're following your gifts and your calling, and that, it's like, it shouldn't really be all about the money in that. It should be a bit like you should be coming off, like, same what I said, like, I've just finished a session, but if, like, my heart feels full because I've just connected with someone that I love. Do you know what I mean? Like, helping them with things in their life, like, and then we've got on the bottom, protects you in times of change, a time of rapid transition and transformation. Relax, you're safe. I did pull that for her, actually. So yeah, so it's not the heart activation one, but it's, and then clears your path and land around you. Stay grounded, be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing. You can move forward in life. And that's what I said. Like, that's literally what I've just done with that person, is it was clearing some stuck energy that was there. Wow, that's really nuts. Right, okay, so anyway, I just wanted to bring in those dragon cards because I hadn't used them on the video. Well, I don't know, maybe I did the other day, but whatever. So I don't know why these fairy ones wanted to jump in, so whatever, let's see. This is maybe just answering someone's question that they've got out there that they need, or a collective. I'll see when the card comes. I feel like it's a personal thing. Oh yeah, it's something personal, look, because you can already tell. Oh my god, yeah, look. Everything's okay. Don't worry, it's all working out in a beautiful way. First of all, I'm not really a fan of the wording, because we can never say to people, oh, everything's going to be okay. There's things in life when it absolutely doesn't feel okay. Like, look at what's going on in the world. But whatever this means to you, I always feel like that's somebody sending healing, and obviously I've just been healing someone, and actually, like, it's always it always feels like a very healing experience for me back whenever I'm healing anyone. Because I'm really close with anybody that really gets drawn to work with me. So, but yeah, I feel this is about collective things too. Like, don't worry, it's all working out a beautiful way. I feel this is about the shift to these higher energies. Emotional healing, there's the chakra, I'm being pulled into the chakras here, like with what I was saying. As your heart heals of old emotional pain, like what I was just helping someone with there, you receive new blessings and love, and your wish is granted. What you've asked for is coming true. So again, I just feel like somebody has asked something, and that's answering it. So because I wasn't going to use those cards, and then I pulled them because I went through a check. So that's how I'm getting that. Right, okay, so let's just go into these so that I can just not take forever, because I don't want, it's already cold enough. I don't want a cold bath. What's the Halloween card today? And like, comment, subscribe, please. Because the subscribers haven't moved in quite a while. Like, again, I'm totally, I don't know if, to be honest, it feels a bit dramatic for me to say I'm shadow banned when we've not even got that many subscribers. Like, I'm proud of how many we've got, guys, but do you know what I'm saying? It's like, but, it's just interesting that it doesn't seem to have moved in a while, so. And then I'm seeing people that are spouting out absolute bullshit and confusing people growing, so it's, and like I said, it's funny, isn't it? Because if you know me well, I never focus in. I don't care about shit like that. I never focus in on that. But it's interesting that it's like, I feel like these are really big messages and they're not actually, they're not getting out. But anyway, that's a Scorpio rising thing, so I don't focus on it. It's very often we're the last to be acknowledged for how we've helped people. It definitely feels like that with me on the ascension process. It's like, so listen, if you found this wee gem in this part of the internet, then welcome. Right. Mummy. So instantly there might be something about mothers, or healing the mother feminine energy, divine feminine energy, receptive energy. And then we've got joy, rejoicing, present. So you could be the mother, or it could be about a mum in your life. It doesn't need to be your mum either. It could just be someone that is a mum. So, oh my god, and I've just opened the book at Mummy, so it's something. Change, the sand in his mouth, the bandage's wound, jealous of the living, eternal life bound. The ancient Egyptians took death very seriously. Death was not seen as many of us see it, a finality to be dreaded, but as just the beginning of a new life, often eternal life in a better place, the afterlife. That's weird that I mentioned afterlife in that video yesterday. The practice of honouring and preserving the body through a complex process of mummification was central to ancient Egyptian culture. This was not a physical embalming process, but carefully enacted ritual process that ensured preservation in the next world. Many other cultures are also mummified Many other cultures also mummified their dead, including the Incas, the Argentinians, the Maori, many cultures of the Torres Strait Islands. In modern horror genres, the mummy has become an icon, from early horror writing at the turn of the century to very popular films The Mummy and The Mummy Returns. The plot normally revolves around the mummy returning to life and cursing and hunting down the living. Oh my god, by the way, this is giving me the creeps a little bit. I was actually just talking about that with the person I was on the session with, that I came across. Now, I wouldn't call it a horror film, it was maybe a thriller, but it was creeped me the hell out, right? And I did say to her, I said, it's funny because I haven't shared about it, but now I'm wondering, am I gonna? Oh, I don't really what. All I'm gonna say is it was a film about. Oh my god, I think I need to share it because it's called The Fifth Wave. That's really weird. How fucking weird is that when I'm talking about dimensions and fifth dimension, and that film's called The Fifth Wave. But anyway, so you can Google it yourself, right? And I really actually think it's going to have scary meaning for. Well, anyway, I know what I thought when I read it. I was like, oh my god, it creeped me out, and it creeped me out. I didn't really want to share it, but and this is creeping me out because it's talking about. Anyway, I'm just you can just get what you get from yourself, right? But I'm just thinking that's weird. That film's called The Fifth Wave, and it's about waves of like. I don't know if there's a plague in that film, but no, there was. It was like there was a plague that made everyone ill and killed a lot of people, and they were wearing masks in it. I'm going to get it. Wait a minute, it's time because it's just again for the purposes of what we're the platform we're on here. This is just a film, so it is just a film that I'm talking about. Do you know what I mean? So, but you can just get whatever you want from what I'm saying. I think we might have to go that way when I'm talking sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm going to start being a wee bit more cautious. So, here's all my notes, and there's a big long list of what I've wrote. Oh, wait a minute, actually, the quotes in it were really good. Wait a minute, I'll finish reading this and then I'll read, because, yeah, like, look, I wrote this, so it was on the 10th that I watched this, and I'll read the rest of this. The discovery of King Tutankhamun's tombs and other long-hidden Egyptian treasures in the 1920s particularly sparked an explosion of mummy-related films and literature. Should you pull the Moaning Mummy card in the deck, know that there's a lot of cards about change. Know that this change is inevitable, and no matter how hard you try, things will not be preserved exactly the same way. Again, and that's like, no matter how hard you try, if this is for you, to cling on to the world that you once knew, it's all changing. It's already all changed if you really open your third eye. Like, is your life the same as it was a year ago? I bet it fucking isn't. Is your life the same as it was 5 years ago? Of course it isn't, because of the stupid pandemic and everything that we can. You know what I mean? Nobody's lives is the same as it's about to change in even more ways than we can ever imagine. Right. And like I've been, you know what I mean? It's like, again, remember, I can't stand I told you so and everything, but it is, you know, it's not just me. Like, I've been warning my nearest and dearest. It's like World War III energies they're trying to manifest, sort of come about, and then the next thing you know, we've got all that shit going on. This card also indicates that this change will be for the better. The endings, the closed doors, the barriers, this is just a healthy pause and an indication that change of tactics is needed. You're not cursed. You have just developed a pattern. You can take control and change it. Yeah, I forgot how much I love these cards. Sometimes I'm like, oh, what use them when it's not Halloween? Yeah, it's about reprogramming the way you look at things and reframing things. So with what, when I read out this, you know, the things that I got from when I caught that film, because I'm not kidding. If you know me well, right, you will know I say I cannot. I can't watch horror films, right? I just can't do it to myself. I just can't, because I just think the world is scary enough. But thrillers, I'd rather be with someone when I'm watching a thriller. But you know, I just kind of trust them intuition, because it was during the day. You know, it was when my energy was really, really low last week, and I caught it during the day, and I thought, right, I must have caught it for a reason. And it was kind of about 40 minutes in or something. And it actually ended up being like, it was a good film, but it creeped me the hell out because it's about 5 waves of, like I said, like at one point there's a plague in it and they're all wearing masks, and then at another bit it's a tsunami, and then at another bit it's like the army come in and they actually massacre it anyway. So, and then there's a bit where it was a bit, there was a love thing going on with her and this guy, and these are the quotes I'm going to read out. So this bit might be lost on you because you'd have to see the film, but just read the synopsis, the plot of it, and try and keep up. And if you can't keep up, well, you're just, you've not kept up. But I look at all this that I've wrote on my phone. There's loads. I was obviously going to put this in a post, right? So I'm just going to read it because I didn't end up putting it out. I've just found the creepiest film called The Fifth Wave, and those that know me well know I can't stand horror. See what I mean? I've just said what I wrote. Can't stand horrors, but it's more of a thriller. But talk about predictive programming. I've just found it at literal waves washing out cities, the avian bird flu, where they're all wearing masks, like what we've seen people do before, and it wiped out people. And I've put in brackets, this film was 2016, by the way. Then the army have come in and split up children and families, telling them it's for their own safety when it wasn't. It was actually they. So the whole thing about the film, to spoil it for you, but turn away now if you don't want to know, is that everyone's wondering what the fifth thing is going to be that is really bad. So again, it's like things out the Bible too. It depends what you look on it. And the fifth wave was actually the people that were claiming that they were the ones that were preventing it from you know what I mean? So it was like the army were like, we're doing this for your own safety, but actually it was like they were the baddies in the film. So you'd have to see it to know what I mean. But so there's something about being discerning, and I think I wrote this when I wrote it down. Then they're told there's infiltration amongst them. Basically, what I'm getting at is I don't like stuff like this, but why am I glued to it? It's how my guides warn me to warn others, because this is all stuff that if you don't wake up to it before you know it, you'll be trusting the wrong people in power. And I wrote, there's aliens in the film called The Others. That creeped me the hell out. I really did. Because there's a film called The Others, I think. And then I've put in brackets a quote, the others infest real humans and take over their mind and body. I'm tempted to interpret what that means for what's happening in real time, but if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you're not meant to. The army train kids, teens up to kill, and they're brainwashed to think the ones that aren't the baddies are bad. Then they realise they've been tricked. Symbolic, and then I've put in brackets, symbolic of asleep people who are hypnotised. Well, okay, so that is spelling it out, but I'm not really saying the words, you know what I mean? The army are the bad guys, making everyone believe they're protecting. So, and remember again, I keep stressing this film was out like 8 years ago, you know what I mean? 2016, so 7-8 years ago. And then I've just put I can't, and I've put the face where the wee woman's putting her head over her face. If you get what I'm saying, then just be extra discerning, vigilant and all that. Read the movie description yourself, but a lot of this has either happened in some way on a smaller scale or many feel it's coming, yeah. So here's all the quotes. There was loads of quotes that stuck out to me. And some of them are quite romantic. So, and again, remember, this feels like it was ages ago, but it was only the 10th, so, and we're what? Well, I suppose that is quite a while ago. It's 18th now. No, it's only a week ago. What am I saying? See what I mean? This is how weird time is. Right, here's how you kill a species. First you kill the weak, and that was the first 3 waves. So that's something that that's what the girl says in the film. That it's like, do you know what I mean? That they go for the weak first. Oh, if you don't get what I'm saying, people get what I'm saying. I know you get what I'm saying. I'm not going to insult your intelligence, but I just was like, oh my God, what the hell is this? And because the others look like us, we can't trust anyone. So that was the whole premise of the film, is that she ends up losing members of her family, and she's trying to protect her brother the whole time, right? Like her brother's somewhere else, he's been taken away by the other people. And yeah, she's basically can't trust anyone. So I feel it's very simple, because this is just a film, but there's a lot of truth in what I'm saying. Read between the lines. Again, remember, if you're new to me, everyone else knows this, the hashtag oldies, but I speak in my guides and the light beings make me speak in metaphors, and that is part of the light language that I pass on, the light codes to activate the unlock the awareness. And when I'm passing the message, trusting the plan. I'm not going to take that, because it just, I think we got that the other day, and it's just what was on the top, and it's just the ones so I'm just going to put them there, because I've not, let's just fucking shuffle it before I read the rest. What else do we need to go with this? Oh my God, look at that. I love that. Look, unplug, unplug from mass consciousness. That card is about, look, these people are all asleep. Like there's, and I was just saying that in that session too there, I was just talking to someone saying that it's like, you know, a lot of people are specifically placed in on different platforms or on different parts and different jobs in the matrix, as I like to describe it, and a lot of other people. And some of that is what you're doing, because you're there to transmute that kind of energy in that environment, and that is your, you know, that's where you're maybe. And then there's other people that are doing the higher dimensional work, and it's kind of like, you know, like that's me, like I'm kind of just floating about in this kind of real just, I don't know, like really kind of, like you said, it's like it's intense, you know. I mean, to work in these energies all the time, but it's all I know. But it's needed. Like you need people on the ground, and you need people doing this high. You need a both, and that's what twin flames are. Most divine masculine energies are out working in the matrix, and they're transmuting energy that way, which is a lot of what you do. And some of you are doing, well, not people watching this channel, but some people are doing it and they don't even realize they're doing it, you know. But that's what it's about. And then and then sometimes some of you, so this could be some, again, this could be some of you that were, this is you, this is some people in the past, you were asleep, right? And some of you might still be a little bit asleep. Again, I don't want to trigger people, but it's true, you know what I mean? And a lot of coming across people like myself and others that do this work as part of waking you up, waking you up, waking you up further. We're all waking up a bit further, right? But it's when you truly unplug from the matrix, you unplug from the mass consciousness, that's when you truly wake up and that change happens. And that's what happens to divine masculines on the twin flame journey. It's what happens to everybody during spiritual awakening. It's just a bit more intense, to put it mildly, when you're on the twin flame journey. And you could only know that if you're a true twin flame. And not everybody's twin flame journey is exactly the same. As I say all the time, when it irks me when I catch people saying, if it doesn't happen like this, if it doesn't happen like that, it's not a twin flame, and it's, do you know what I mean? It's just kind of like a lot of people are far too rigid about this shit. Anyway, so like it's whatever happened to like listening to how it happened to somebody else and being open-minded that that's their truth. And you know, and that is getting me on a rant again about what I put in the comments in the last video. Do you know what I mean? If I see one more person claiming that they only access their spiritual gifts in inverted commas, like it's only a special thing that some of us do, it's like, yeah, maybe that was once upon a time, but that ain't going to be the way very soon. Everybody that wants to is accessing those spiritual gifts and those clairs, and you don't need to be fasting for days on end, or I don't even think a lot of you are going to have to be celibate, because how many people have got the fucking discipline to do that? But yeah, some people did have to do it that way to get, you know, and I may or may not be one of them. But I definitely was celibate for years on end, and I feel that did contribute to how much my clairs came online even more. But I was always very psychic from a kid, and I just think it's because I'm here to be a teacher, all of this. I had to do it a more extreme way, but I certainly didn't like fast like for. I only got into fasting not that long ago. Do you know what I'm saying? So just be careful with different people that are saying there's only one way to get somewhere. And I'm sorry, but what I'm finding a bit toxic is, see all this chat when people are like, I'm a chosen one, I'm a chosen one. It reminds me of something out of fucking Toy Story, you know, when it's like, you are the chosen one, when he picks the thing out of the machine. I think that can be really damaging. Oh shit. It's like, that is a real thing, you know, like the 144,000, 144, I mean, obviously it's in my fucking, I feel that strongly about it, it's in the fucking channel name, you know what I'm saying? But there's something that becomes very toxic about me when it's like isolating people, and it's kind of like people, I've just seen a lot of it's like people making it kind of quite grandiose, and like you're better than someone and all that, and that's when I think that's a bit fucked up, really. So, and I'm definitely not here to be about that life. So I've just, like I said, I'm just generally saying I've seen a bit of that, and it's, you know, I'm one of the 144,000, and absolutely, yeah, I mean, clearly, whatever the things are about a chosen one, not only do I know that personally for myself, but it does get said to me all the time whenever I get readings and that, and it's been mentioned about the seal on the forehead and all that to me, and before I really fucking fully knew what that meant. But all that aside, I know that I'm a shaman, and I'm here to help people with love and compassion through these dark, dark times, help them through the changes and unplug from the mass consciousness. And I can't see why I just think that whole chosen one sometimes creates a bit more division. Um, and that's why, you know, although that's why I've been saying a lot on the recent videos, like in lives, like I keep saying, look, for the past, fuck knows how many years now, I get mixed up with all the years, but for the past, it must be the past, yeah, if Crystal Clear Visions is nearly 9 years next year, it's it's definitely been for the past 7 to 8, I would say it's 8 years that it's only twin flames that I attract to empower and to heal, to empower you to heal yourself rather. That's the only thing, that's the only people that I'm, it's not that I don't choose it that way. That's just how it happens. I don't attract people that are not on the twin flame path. And if I do, they might kind of show a bit of interest and then they fuck off again. They never spend any money with me. Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like I say all the time, I'm here to help people for free mostly. And be given, that's again very much like a chosen, you know what I mean? It's like I'm here to help people and, channel these divine messages and heal people and everything. But like I say, it's like that doesn't pay the bills. Do you know what I mean? So I'm grateful for the people that come and invest in my business with me selflessly helping people all the time, and they just happen to be twin flames. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but I never want to be like, oh, this is only for twin flames. You can't be here if you're not a twin flame. I'm always open for the day that somebody pops on the live and they're not a twin flame, but they're spiritually awakening and they're looking for a place to help them. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's very different from some of the things that my guides are showing me, where people are like, I don't know, just that's not what I'm all about anyway. So we'll not focus on other folk and just. But I think, like I said, I think it's there to noise people up a bit, and it clearly did get under my skin, as you can tell. But it's like if I see one more person thinking that they're a twin flame expert, but they've not been on the journey very long, and I can actually see the future, but it's like that person's going to be backtracking. It's just forgive them, for they know not what they're doing, I suppose. Right, let's move on. Right, so they look so human, so they say that in the film, like, so basically that creeped me out too, because the others, the people that are not who they say they are, look like everyone else. So there's that kind of thing about you don't know who to trust. Just reached 37 minutes, as we're always guided to follow our own north node, your destiny. That's what 37 means to me. And then I've put, when the ship arrived, it was like a switch went off inside me and the sleeper woke up. I'm not shitting you, look. I mean, as if I'm going to fucking, where the hell would I be getting this from? But you know what I mean? That's a quote from the film. And I'm just laughing at look at the emoji I put. Because it was like, I couldn't believe how the thing about the ship, right? Because again, there's yeah, you know what I mean? Like, the light beings, the ships, the event, all this kind of stuff. And again, if you're interested in this, by the way, I'd be fascinated if you'd like to book one of my normal sessions, the ones that are hours, and we do a past life regression. I would be fascinated to hear if any of you bring through anything about all of that, the event and ships and all that kind of stuff, and a past life regression, because that is how that information has got out there in the first place. And obviously, for those of you who don't know that, I am a hypnotherapist. I am a starseed hypnotherapist. Yeah, I mean, I'm a hypnotherapist, and it's particularly I do starseed past life regressions with people. It's not been a popular thing that loads of people have had, because they were more interested about their twin flame journey or their calling, but yeah, when the ship arrived, it was like a switch went off inside me and the sleeper awoke. Right, so what? And that was the love interest, right? Who's basically, the whole thing behind him is that he's actually one of the others, right? So he's programmed, and he's like programmed to kill and all this kind of stuff, and basically programmed to kill, really. And he's programmed into something that he can't control. And then when the ship or whatever arrives, it's like maybe like a kind of alien thing, is something wakes up in him and he's unplugged. Oh my god, by the way, this is such a weird message, but I'm loving it. I'm going with it. Do you know what this is? I bet you there's something in my chart that's lining up with the galactic centre, because that is to do with Sagittarius, and I'm a Sag moon conjunct Uranus, which is a planet of awakening, and it's a Sag moon, right? It's probably actually, I bet you it's at my exact degree, because this is all really galactic shit that's coming through, and I'm just rolling with it. But that's what it was like. It was like that was like symbolic when I heard that in the film about divine masculines, regardless of your gender, that we're like, when this higher vibrational energy has been ushered in the planet, some switch is going to go and they're just going to wake up. And that's why so many of us have been channeling for years about that's when you're like, where's my twin flame? And you go and get them. You don't know until it happens. And then I've put, are kind. Oh, so I think this is one of the lovey-dovey quotes. Are kind that love. Oh yeah, are kind teach people that love is just a trick. And then she says, "Do you really believe that?" And he says, "I did, but then I saw you. I don't understand it, but it's like you flipped the switch back again and you made me want to be human again." I can't even. Can you read between the lines what that's about? With some of the things that have went on, I can. Anyway, so but very twin flamey, isn't it? Love is not a trick. I was wrong. They were wrong. I now know because of you. Love it. The army is controlled by the others. They're preparing the kids to kill the last humans. I can't even. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's so, ugh. And then, I'm sorry I lied to you. I lied when I said I was one of them and one of you. You have to choose. You have to choose, and I choose you. And then I put in brackets they kiss because I think it was a bit of a dramatic, romantic moment in the film. And then the last quote is the others. Oh yeah, and this is at the end of the film. So but do watch it, right? But again, if you're like me, you don't like horrors, and or you're going to be creeped out thinking, oh my god, are they trying to tell us something in the film? Which I absolutely fucking think they are. Because again, I just found it a bit weird that it's like when that is like think about it, that was literally just a couple of days after what happened at the weekend, and what's obviously been, which is going to go on quite some time. Why are they putting on films like that? And then I'm sure on one of the other channels that it was like another film about the world ending or that. Why did they do that? And also I think on the same day I watched Armageddon. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like they're purposely trying to scare the shit out of people. Anyway, so there's a nice wee thing that the girl says at the end, and she says that others see our hope as a weakness, as a delusion, but they're wrong. It's our hope that lets us survive, and that lets us bend but remain unbroken. It's our hope that will let us win one day. It's our hope that makes us human. So all I'm saying is there's things in the world that have already been done and that'll be continue to be fucking pushed out there as we get into the winter months, that are meant to, plug you right up and make sure you stay in this shit. And yeah, anybody that's speaking out against that and encouraging you to be free and liberate yourself from feeling oppressed and all that, like a title that I put on one of the videos a while ago, yeah, it'll be seen to be bad. But I'm going to leave it with you what you think about that. Right, so I normally do the light worker oracle card last, but let's just find it. No, I will. We'll do it last because I like ending it on the prayer, right? Because when especially with this one, because when I'm bringing through a load of dark stuff, I like to transmute it with the light. So again, I'm aware that if people don't get all of this, and you're going to be like, what the fuck are you going on about? And it's like I said, I think for the next couple of weeks up until Halloween, I don't think I'll be doing as much of the kind of your twin flame misses you and they love you and they want to tell you this and they want to tell you that. It might be if it comes into it, because there was a bit of it with what I've relayed from that film, but I think it's more going to be these bigger messages. So let's see what we've got from here now. Like I said, I often feel like this card is about karmics, like I said in the last video, but let's just, not always. Lantern Fairy, a clear solution. Yeah, like that one feels like, because remember it's shadows and light, oracle of shadows and light. So, remember, that's what I'm here to do: bring clarity and also clear energy, as we established. Fairy of the divine. Oh, it's the one with all the eyes again, the evil eyes. Fairy of the divine hand, intoxication, distorted view over indulgence. Right, that's funny because I was talking about drink with my client there. So I'm going to read both of them because it feels like that card wants to be read, because I was drawn to it yesterday. It's the distorted view. Think about what I'm saying about that film. The distorted view in that film is everybody thinks people that are going against the narrative, anyone that speaks basically against the narrative that they're given is a bad guy or is a bad person, when actually they're the ones that are seeing the truth and everybody else is like programmed and plugged into the matrix. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, it's a big message for those that have got the eyes to see, right? And I'm not going to insult my beautiful soul fam audience intelligence. I think the right people that get what I'm saying are going to get what I'm saying. So Intoxication, distorted view, overindulgence. If the fairy of the divine hand is turned up in a reading, it is ever so likely that you're being urged by friends, loved ones, or even your own self to more accurately estimate the power of addictive behaviours and substances have over you. You know how it is. You start having a piece of candy, some soda, maybe a little junk food, and then before long you have more. It may be another habit such as judging yourself or others way too harshly, thinking negatively. And again, you'll notice that even when I was saying that about when I'm seeing people sprout absolute bullshit because they're there to confuse you on the twin flame journey specifically, and then was like, forgive them for they know what they do. It annoys me when it's people that are maybe helping people that are confusing people even more. But anyway, or talking about things that they've got no personal experience with. You know what I mean? Like, I just think if you've not got, like, I think, you know, like, I need to explain what I mean by that. I'm all for people sharing from a place of their own experience, however, whether that's a lot or not a lot, and just, you know, sharing your gifts. But I think when it comes to twin flames, like, there needs to be more respect for the people that have been in big separations of like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. And yes, obviously, I'm one of them. And it's just, there's something even distorted about that you've got people that have got hundreds of thousands, or even like, nah, there's nobody that's got millions, but you know what I mean, hundreds of thousands of subscribers that are putting out messages that they're not, but it's karmic readings that they're reading. Anyway, but this is very, I think, in line with everything I'm saying. So, right, gossip too falls under the fairy of the divine hand's domain. While it can be wickedly delicious, it always leaves a sour aftertaste. So when she shows up, know that the true gift she offers is awareness of what you're denying. So again, that's like why I'm saying that, right? That it's like, I suddenly told myself back from saying what I really want to say, believe it or not. I know it doesn't seem like it, because you know what I mean? Just leave people to work things out for themselves. But they're also pulling me the word reveal again. It's like part of my purpose, having a North Node in Gemini and all my Scorpio, is I'm here to be a messenger of, you know, just to keep saying, I even said it in that session that I've just finished, keep being discerning. Do you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of trickery in this time. It's crazy. So when she shows up, know that the true gift she offers is awareness of what you're denying. Don't ignore fairy of the divine hand. Thank her for pointing out your addictive tendencies, acknowledge their power, and then disengage and find support for living in clear, bright ways that don't leave you feeling drained, disorientated, and disenchanted. And one of my gifts, a part of my gift, is to hear it to say to you, I call myself out all the time with my shadow sort of stuff. Like I say all the time, if you were to say what is my number one addictive habit, I would say here, it's fucking YouTube, guys. It's YouTube. And that's when I know, like, that's enough for me for one day or even 1 week. When my guides are showing me like things like that are actually fucking annoying me, because there's enough things going on in the world that we don't need to be triggered by people that are lying, basically. Do you know what I mean? Or they're talking on things they don't know what they're talking about. Right, so I'm here to reveal you to what will tempt you. It is delightful, this thing you're being offered, and surely a little won't hurt. I'm the fairy of the divine hand, and I appear to you when you're blinded to what you must see. Come and truly examine what has been offered to you. Underneath this apparently harmless fun, spending, partying, distraction, temptation, lie, disorientation. Again, very similar to what I was just saying about when you know what I get like when I talk about things like, you know, these other platforms that are very fast paced and all that, because I really do feel it's and here too, like YouTube's favorite, but there's a lot of specific ones that's like they're really there to distract you. I'm talking about the ones that you could spend like 5-6 hours falling into a black hole and you're like, wait a minute, what's happened? But you could do that on here too. You can do it anywhere. So it's you've got to be discerning anywhere you are, you know what I mean? What are you being distracted from? Like, and fear, and things may appear to be quite different than how they truly are, but here, look closely. Do you begin to see what will take place if you continue down this path? If you sugarcoat the possibilities of where this may end, do not push down the feelings and warnings you have. Instead, come a little closer and look. Do you begin to understand that what seems such a small thing may indeed change lives? Take a moment, look, think, connect with your deeper wisdom. And that was the first card, I think. Decide whether you will join in with what is tempting you, like in that film when they're all just going along with being told this is for your safety and blah blah blah. And yeah, anyway, you can watch the film. Or whether you will watch a while longer and make the wise decision instead. And I think that's what all these changes are to. I think there's a lot of divine masculines are like, something isn't right here. All these people seem fast asleep and I don't want to be a part of this. Or mummies, you know what I mean? There's zombies. stop right now. That sounds like I'm going to sing Spice Girls. Your intuition, your inner sight and clear vision, crystal clear visions, is sending you a very clear warning. Oh God, this is a strong message. A red flag has just went up, and this is the time to stop, to look and to listen before going forward. Your higher self, your clear sight, wants you to stop and think before simply taking this wonderful temptation someone is offering you. It may be in the form of a secretive relationship, junk food, alcohol at a party, sex before you're ready, or behaving in ways that are unsafe and disrespectful, speaking harmful words and thoughts that could scar people for a long, long time. This moment's indulgence could have long-term repercussions that could lead you away from well-being, clarity and harmony. You know when this temptation comes that you do not need to flee, you do not need to indulge, you do not need to curse and berate this lovely, very earnest fairy with the clear message to stop and truly look at what was taking place. I'm sorry, but I think in this story I'm the fucking clear fairy. Do you know what I'm saying? Clear means clear. That's hilarious. And even and like I'm, listen, I was about to say I'm no angel, but I fucking am an angel, right? We're all angels, and so is my twin flame. I said in the video yesterday he's not an angel, he is. But we've also got the shadow in us too. But it's what I'm trying to say is, like using that phrase, I'm no angel, is what I mean is, like, I am most of the time, like, I would really say I'm not a drinker, right? But I did have to step back into that world of the Matrix for a bit to remind myself how much I don't want to be a part of that. It doesn't mean I can't go to folks' weddings and parties and that when I'm invited, but like, it's not, I don't need to totally go to that length of it because it's not for me. I'm too sensitive, my energy's on a different level. It's not, I don't need drink. I could just fucking dance away in the energy that I'm in anyway. So, you simply need to pause, be quiet, clear, and know now that one of your fiercest addictions is seeking you out and you're wavering, caught in its delirium. This is not an opportunity to escape. This is your chance to break free. So again, I can only assume from that there's somebody watching this that is getting tempted into things that could lead, and then they've got back off. See, it's what I feel it is it's, so I think it's like karmic energies. So it's not just, it doesn't need to be romantic things, but they pulled me to the heart when I said that, though. I feel it is kind of going to definitely be for romantic karmic addictions, toxic cycles that are pulling somebody in that'll leave someone sorry, or you sorry, or whoever this is about, or it's reflecting on when that's happened in the past and you're healing from it. Like, that's what I'm saying about, sometimes we do need to go backwards to remind, like for me, I've needed to get really drunk and overdo it to remind myself, fuck, I don't want to do that for a very long time. But I don't mean like what everyone says, like, oh, I'm never going to drink again. Like, seriously, I'm not kidding. I made voice notes to myself that I never want to be, you know what I mean? That it's like, because I underestimated how much more sensitive I am. No, I didn't even. I knew. This is what I'm saying. That's why I kicked myself. I fucking knew that I shouldn't. Anyway, we live and we learn, and I've got myself back now. Right, so 24. And that's what I mean, you can't beat yourself up forever. So we've all done it with something. So, wait a minute. Is this the one I've just read? That's... Oh my god, this is all about the fucking clear fairies. That was that one, wasn't it? I've just read that one, and this one's talking about clear things. Oh my god, this is really powerful, and it connects to that. That always happens when I've had a session. It's connecting to the session. Some of it. A clear solution. This sweet fairy is showing you the way through a barrier you've reached in your life. This may be an area of your life, but it does feel that you've come up against a very solid obstacle. This gentle fairy with her bright lantern can take you to a place in a wall that has already come down, so you can move through this obstacle without force or fear. And again, I'm going to repeat it again. I know people know this, but this is what I help people do. I clear people's blocks and I clear energy. Your only requirement is to trust this fairy and then take down several bricks after you've moved through, so that the wall between this world and the next, the old world and the new earth, your love and your life becomes slowly and less solid. This wall is coming down. This is the fairy's role, to help you move beyond the wall. Trust her. She will guide you. Sometimes people say you should be cautious about where information is coming from, and I've even said that in this video. How fucking crazy is that? And that is indeed true. I am simply holding up the lantern I carry and gently letting you see the likely outcome of the decisions you're making and offering a clear solution to the problem at hand. That's even what I'm doing there. It's like, it doesn't matter what I channel out and give us a message. Some people are still going to go ahead and make the mistakes of karmic things, and but that's why I call mistakes divine mistakes, because if you've done that in the past, or you even go ahead and do it after this, you're meant to do it. It's the lessons you're meant to learn. You know, that's the way that I see it. And then on the other side of it, you're more grateful when you start feeling okay again. So that's why I like to liken it to a hangover. Like, you know, you've beat yourself up, and then when it wears off, you're like, right, fuck, you know what I mean? I learned from that. And some people some people never learn, and they, you know, they go to their fucking deathbed like repeating those cycles. But that's not what we're about, guys. I don't want to be that person. I'm not that person, and I hope that you're not. And you know what I mean? I'm here to just hold up the lantern. And also by being like, I'm not perfect either, and that's why I just call out when I fuck up. It's what makes life interesting. Right, so something has come to an end, a true end, and you have, as they say, hit a wall. You could try digging underneath it, climbing over it, or you could try taking down the wall brick by brick. But if you follow me, I can show you a place where the wall has already come down and where you can move through this obstacle without pain. Do not think that that's cheating. There have been others who have come this way, and while you can tread the path you wish, I can help you make the breakthrough, find the passageway you're looking for. My guidance is safe, clear and gentle. I'm not here to send you a false direction. I'm here to clear the way and light the path. It is up to you whether you make it harder than it needs to be. I'll show you the way, trust me, right? I get it, right? Because I've kept pulling the card trust for Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine in the video last night. But also it's about, there's lots of false gurus, there's lots of false teachers, there's lots of false light talking about everything, right? Whether it's fifth dimension, everything, just fucking you name it. And it's not for me to be like, I like this person, don't like that person, I like this person, don't like that person. You've really got to work out for yourself, right? I'm just simply, this really is like what I'm holding up a lantern, and when it feels like I'm guided to say, be wary if you see anything generally like this, then I will say it like what I've said. But a lot of the time, I just can't do that all the time, because, you know, it's not, I'm not living your life for you, you're living your life. But this is like a big wider message about unplugging from the matrix. And it feels like related to personal things, addictions, habits, karmic cycles with people, romantic things, friends, karmic codependency with family as well, where we let people take advantage of our nature. Use all things like this. A way through a life challenge will present itself. Stubborn thinking can be changed. Old patterns are being removed little by little, but will need trust. Old shielding against certain energies needs to be replaced and reworked, as it is no longer in line with what you wish for, and in fact may be proving a barrier which is keeping you isolated instead of protected. Again, that's people that have unplugged from the matrix, but you know, you're still around a lot of people that are, and it's just, it'll bring your energy down. Trust where the light leads you. Go where you can feel true love, kindness and freedom. And that would be moving towards soul family. People that are actually spiritually awakening as well, and they get it. I have lots of conversations online with people where it's like, I know, honestly, sadly, I know many people that actually, they can't even stand to be around anyone that doesn't get this stuff. I don't take it that far, because I swear to God, I don't. Put it this way, I don't know how many people I'd actually have around me if I had that rule. Do you know what I'm saying? I already spend, like I say all the time, I already spend a lot of time myself. It's like, so I have to make allowances, because I'm here helping people wake up in my own everyday life as well, and with physical people around me. But yeah, so that's what's different about my path, you know what I mean? But so, yeah, but I do have friends like that they've had to cut off people that don't get it. It's crazy. For a time, it doesn't need to be forever, but it's just, if other people aren't seeing through this and they're staying, like, you know what I mean? Yes, it is quite hard to stand. Avoid all that comes from anger, hatred, judgment, blame and ridicule. Yeah, and that's why I said it's hard, it's frustrating, I've been through it myself, but I'm here to spread you know, the truth, and as we love and light, but I'm here to spread the truth and help be a light to help people wake up from the matrix. But it's like, you know, I also know when to call it quits and just accept that some people are choosing to not wake up from this stuff. Right, so I'm going to read this and I'm going to go, because my bath is going to be freezing. I'm going to need to run again, but you're welcome. See, that's the selfless service that I give, with my soul being in the house of service. So there's a belief system based on fear, doubt and distrust that is known as mass consciousness. It says it's safer to stay with the crowd, not to question what you've been taught. It's safe. It says you cannot trust the divine to take care of your financial well-being or your emotional needs, and that's why I keep channeling about a lot of twin flame, a lot of divine masculines, regardless of your gender. You're being tested by having money and security and safety ripped away from you, to really get you to be seeing what truly matters in life. And that's different for different people. If you were overly attached to money, that is. But soon that's going to happen to everyone, because the money system's going to collapse. It's coming. We've already seen that happen with Bitcoin and that, whenever that was that happened, that I saw that documentary about. And like I said, I'd never trusted that. Whenever anyone mentioned or tried to get me into those things, it was a very hard no for me. Do you know what I mean? It says you should be afraid and not take risks. It says that if you dare stand up and live your truth, you'll be lost and alone, humiliated, rejected, and even destroyed. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Let's read that out again. If you dare stand up and live your truth, you'll be lost and alone. Yep, I went through that. Humiliated. Yep, pretty sure I've probably went through that too. A lot of it I wouldn't know about though, but I mean, I humiliated myself by getting pushed the other weekend, but there you go. Rejected or even destroyed. Yep, I've definitely been the rejecting thing. I think is like complicated because it's like I pulled myself away from, but it happens slowly, you know, where you're like, I just could tell I'm like, I can't keep talking like this and have certain folk around me because they're just that, yeah, they're going to pull back. But anyway, it's, you know what I mean? It takes courage. Not everyone can do that. But I believe in you out there. You're being guided to unplug from the system of beliefs. You're capable of more creative, loving, and soul satisfying way of living. To access this, let go of the way that's too small for your soul. Because it's like, again, so if you're not getting what I'm channeling about that film, just go and watch it yourself or find it, right? Because it is a decent watch. Like it's cheesy, but it was alright. It's basically it'll creep me out, so it might creep you out. It's like basically what I'm saying is in that film that, you know, the people that are doing good and trying to save people and, you know, wake them up from being brainwashed are actually being hunted down and they're trying to kill them. Now, I'm not going to liken that to when people were ostracised for choosing their own sovereignty, but you know what I'm saying. It's not very nice that people were, you know, cast aside and not allowed to go certain places unless they comply in that. I mean, that is pretty fucked up, and it's not too similar. It's not too dissimilar from what I'm saying about that film. And then people wake up and they realise, oh my God, we've been demonising the wrong people. Well, by that point, what the fuck have you done to those people? You've put them in a poor state of mental health and made them feel alone and lost and stuck. But actually, you probably haven't if they're a light worker and a light warrior. But you know what I'm saying? It's not nice. And then a lot of these people are very forgiving, like myself. So you're brave and aware enough to think. A lot of these people are you, let's face it. But it's not all, you know, it's anyway, whatever. So you're brave and aware enough to think outside the square, beyond what society or your peers may consider normal. And this channel is certainly not normal, but when is it ever normal? You're supposed to be questioning things right now. You're in a transition from one way to another way of thinking. That's what spiritual awakening is. Opening up to a new world which you can trust enough to live in with peace, happiness, because of the upgraded new beliefs you're cultivating. No matter how... See, that's quite interesting. That card was about beliefs, and that card's about belief. And right now, the moon being in Sagittarius is about beliefs. And my moon conjuncts my south node in Sagittarius and Uranus, which is about awakening people to new beliefs, reprogramming what you've learned in the matrix from childhood, which has brainwashed you with things that aren't helpful. And it's about being a free spirit and being different. And do you know what? Also, specifically, where my placement is in my chart, it's actually about me looking at the money system from a very different perspective than most, and also people finding the way that I make money very weird, because it's like, look at what I'm doing. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, so it's kind of, that's how real astrology is. If you want me to look at your chart and tell you about your way, because you might be judging the way you see that you're being guided, but it's might be similar to mine. Like, you know what I mean? It's right. So no matter how others may resist, criticise your choices, perhaps, and like I said, I've had that along the way. People have been like, get a real job. Like, fuck you. Do you know what I mean? A lot of the people that say that to me it's people that are jealous and can't get their head around the amazing stuff that I can do. So see through it. Not everyone. Some people say it from a place of caring and worrying, but you know what I'm saying? You're high, like tonight, like I'm going to say this, right, because it's anonymous, but that like that, so, like someone's going to be writing me something about basically like their child wasn't well, and I sent healing, which by the way didn't even take me that long, but I did send distant healing, and she updated me tonight that it was like, yeah, there has been a miraculous turnaround in what our child was, and the symptoms in what our child had. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like that's whenever people tell me stories like this about how I've helped them as an adult or how it's healed their children, particularly the children ones always really touch me. It's like that would, if I wasn't me, if and somebody could do what I could do, that would that not just be a fucking crime? If I was like, oh, I'm just not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to send magical healing to people that heals their kids when they're ill, because that's what I said to my one of yous tonight as a mummy, was that imagine if you're like a sleep deprived mummy or daddy and your kid's ill and crying and you know what I mean, and you actually know somebody that can send distance healing like that that's going to relieve them when you're desperate. You know what I mean? Would you not do that? And the thing is, like, I do have things available there for people that like you can watch things that I've done that are like this that can help. So again, if you're interested in that, just email me and I can share it. But it's yeah, it's that would be a crime if I stopped doing what I'm doing for it, which I'm not going to. But you know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people do. They've got people around them that make them feel crazy for living a different life and helping people in a different way, but it's just because people aren't ready for it. And I've always been told by my guides and other healers have said to me, you're actually highly spiritually what's the word, like respected in the spiritual realms, like way more than you, like way more than I get in everyday life. And unfortunately that is true. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's, I was only just saying that to my mum the other day, like I do feel quite disrespected quite a lot by people in my everyday life. It's like they really don't understand how I can, how I can change people's lives. It's so that's why I'm really grateful for, my clients letting me know how much I've helped them, and it's anyway, blah blah blah. I'm just sort of saying it isn't easy to do. I'm saying it for everyone else as well. Um, your higher guidance encourages you to keep opening your mind to more love and higher reality. I mean, let's point out the obvious. Like, do you think it's easy for me to keep talking about twin flames when I'm not with my actual fucking twin flame? No, it's but I what I'm here to do. Do you know what I mean? I just fucking bash on with it. I have fun with it too. But I'm always just very sensitive and being like, I hope he forgives me and gets it for what I'm doing. You know what I mean? But I've got to keep on doing what I'm here to do. I'm here to help people fucking wake the fuck up. Him, everybody else. You know what I mean? So let's go with it. If you look at it, it's on page 39, and I'm 39. So 38 and 39, and that's, oh god, that's like 1985 and 1984 again. See what I mean? As I just said that, no coincidences, no coincidence. If you've been thinking along new lines and wonder if you're going crazy, your guidance tells you you're doing a great job, you're not crazy. I'm going to put that review from one of you that I put on the last video, because you actually say that, like, I thought I was losing my marbles. Trust yourself. You're thinking in ways that do not belong to mass consciousness. It may seem scary at first, but once you realise the benefits gained from unplugging, you'll enjoy the process much more. And that's how I help people unplug, you see, because I unplugged a long time ago. Whether it's literally that I came off of like Facebook, Instagram, and whatever else I was on, Twitter. I came off Twitter September of last year because I saw it was becoming more and more and more toxic. And it's a shame because there was things on that I really did love. But there was just certain things that happened that I was like, nah, this ain't good for my mental health. And just, that's basically, I'll sort of leave it at that. And then anything that I think that makes your stomach turn and makes you feel not good about yourself, and I just didn't like the energy on it. I didn't like it. I just felt it was quite toxic. I feel people are quite passive through just like, the way people argue and that on Twitter, and I just find it all really fucking weird. And now it's not even called that, is it? It's called X. But and then I loved Facebook Live while I done it. I absolutely loved it, but I could feel things were changing there, so I've no idea what it's like now because I've not been on that for ages. And Instagram, they say, I wasn't really ever really that big on, I was on it, but I didn't use it as much. So like I said, it's, you got to pick wherever it is you feel most comfortable. It's you, but it's what I'm trying. But here's toxic too. Let's face it. Like I'm more than ready for this to just the plug to be pulled on this. And so, I mean, on this note, when I talk like that, that's probably for a reason. So nothing I say is not the channeling and the message. So, if you do ever foresee that, like, you want to keep in contact should this disappear, then make sure. I've not got an email list set up properly yet, but it's like, because I've been trying it for years, but just make sure that you do have my email written down somewhere, that should this suddenly not be there or something. I don't know, because I am controversial, and the more I speak out about things I don't agree with in the world, they might, but be like, off with her head. I'm just so it will free you and empower you to live a life of your own choosing. Opportunities and connections can open up to you in ways that defy your old beliefs. And like I said, if you didn't get that from what I said, the South Node is the past. Having a South Node in Sagittarius is about past beliefs. My Sag Moon conjunct my South Node and Uranus. I'm here to help you unplug from your old beliefs and help you reprogram new beliefs that will empower you and help you. So my astrology, my soul blueprint actually tells the map of what I'm here to do for people, you know what I mean? And I'm here to be very controversial as well, if you haven't noticed. Like, that is, it's not causing trouble, it's what I'm here to do. I'm here to be different. And this is what twin flames are. So you don't need to be as out there as me, but that's what I'm here to do. And that's why I say, like, when people are telling things too rigid, it fucks me off. So anyway, sometimes breaking from the accepted norm, doing things differently, or being considered weird to the family, colleagues, friends, is a sign that you're breaking away from the consciousness of the masses, which is not compatible with your own higher frequency consciousness. And that's what I was saying. When I came off of all these, so I came off my personal Facebook and Instagram, like I said, 7-8 years ago, whenever I set up Critical Vision, and people were talking about me now. They were like, why is Claire not on this? Why is Claire not on that? And it was because I knew what was coming, right? And I've not missed that at all. I've just not missed it. I know there's amazing things about things like these platforms, but I didn't miss what was toxic about it. And I've seen a lot of people go through spiritual awakening, and they're doing that now, or they've done it the last few years, where they just don't want to be on these things. Doesn't mean you're not on anything, but don't overwhelm yourself with being on all of them. Whether you've got a business or a personal thing, you know what I mean? Just pick what feels you, I would say. But again, you do you. If you can handle juggling all these platforms, like, then fucking hell, like, it's kind of like, it is admirable in a way, but it's like having it is too much. You were born to bring a new vibration of awareness to this planet. So I certainly know that this is what I'm here to do, and I feel anyone really that sticks around and watches these, you're the same. You will find those that benefit and love you for this difference, and those who are challenged or fearful of you for it. Now, I need to just finish this, because again, that's happening again. We're like, I got to get off. Either way, you can love and approve of yourself, nourish relationships that support you, and have compassionate detachment from those who do not. And again, I've got compassionate detachment from those that don't agree with me, that are still in my life. And unfortunately, I've had to cut complete ties and not have the people in my life that were not respecting my differences and opinions, and just basically had a lot of gaslighting and just shitty behaviour around me that I didn't want to have around me. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm a lot happier and peaceful now. But I also, I don't have any ill feeling towards anyone in my life, even people that have wronged me. Like, I forgive people, but I don't have them around me, kind of thing. You know what I mean? That's good boundaries. Without compromising who you are in truth. That's how I would say. Is there anyone that I couldn't compromise my truth because they just kept pushing me too far? I've not got around me anymore. So keep unplugging yourself, one layer, thought, word, and deed at a time, from that which is a mass consciousness would have you buy into more stuff, more fear, more competition, more doubt, more suffering, and that's connected. See, I'm reading this card, but that's connected to that card, intoxication. More Facebook, more Instagram, more TikTok, more YouTube, more drinking, more drugs, more food, more. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like intoxication is fucking, you're taking it too far. Do you know what I mean? Overindulging. So only you know where you've overindulged. And again, I've shared, I overindulged recently, and I learned from it. No regrets. We learned. Right. So, you challenge any thought you don't want to have. Free yourself. You have the power to change your world and the world we live in as a result. One liberating thought at a time. Fuck. This whole message has been worth being longer, because it's like, it's just all fucking tied in. It's all about change and unplugging from the thing and seeing clearly through the distortion. So what one are you doing? Are you in the distortion and not seeing through it, or you're drowning yourself in, the illusions of, addictions of any kind, like whether, it kind of reminds me of that meme that I put out I put a bunch of other ones, but it was like, instead of like, wait a minute, it was something about instead of sleeping it away, eating it. It was something like, instead of sleeping it away, eating it away, fucking it away, how about you sit with your feelings, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Blunt, but it's true. And we all get to that point when we're ready, and not a moment sooner. So that's why we can only hold up the light, and people, you, if you're watching this, get to this when you're ready. Whoever you are out there, lots of you. So here's the prayer invocation, and I'm off. It's weird how it all sort of ends, like a lot of the time, around an hour and 15-20 minutes. Of my own free will, I now ask for spiritual intervention and divine protection through the guidance that loves me unconditionally. I now request the thorough and complete removal of any entity, thought form, belief system, cord attachment, or conditioning from my body, mind, and soul that does not resonate with the pure frequency of unconditional love. I ask for this process to happen with divine mercy, wisdom, and blessing. Notice that is not a coincidence at all that I was talking about, before I read this card, that I was talking about, that's what I'm here to do. I clear entities, attachments. That's what I was doing on the Zoom earlier with my beautiful client. And, you know, like I always say, I'm interested when she updates me how she feels about how she felt about things before and how she feels about after. But she's well aware of what the shifts and changes that happen. Because like I said, everyone that books with me, it's people that come back. I'm really honoured that it's people that come back time and time again. But again, that's another thing. People don't come to me willy-nilly. There's often quite a bit of time that people come to me. You know what I mean? It's like, it can be 6 months, it can be a year later, it can be 3 months. Those of you that are working through some deeper stuff, obviously if it's therapy that you're doing, it is once a week. But again, it's like, you know what I mean? It's most of the people that work with me, there is a bit of a time lapse. But the same thing, you've got to, the other way with it, you've got to monitor, has it been too much time? You know, like, and you know, have you had enough clearing from it? Because like I say all the time, I don't hear what anybody says, right? Because there's people out there that's another false, I don't know if I call it false light, but it's a false belief system when people are like, oh, you can heal absolutely everything from yourself. You can't, right? No. Like, and that's where it's like, that's what I mean about, I don't get enough respect for what I know about that. Like, that is one thing I do know, is that you know, when I need clearing myself, I have to get other people to do that for me. You can't clear it all yourself, right? So that's going to be up for you to know what that's about for you. So I call upon my own inner, you don't need to come to me, but go to someone for help. That's the point. I call upon my own inner power and strength to listen for my truths, stand in the light of those truths, and at the perfect time, in the perfect way, with love and empower and assistance of my spiritual team, through divine grace and own inner spiritual authority, so be it. May all beings be blessed by divine love. May all beings be happy and free. And I'm going to get off, guys, because that was a fucking weird message. But if you liked it, please like the video, please comment, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed and you feel like you want more of this. Again, it's always a surprise what's going to come through each day. And yeah, and if you do happen to have come across me recently, I usually do live streams 3 days a week during the day, well, UK time anyway, and it'll be morning other places and whatever time. But just now I'm having a break until Halloween. I plan to get back to that. So, but otherwise, I've always got a video coming out, and there's always shorts and blah 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 blah. So, but yeah, see you later. Bye.